Nuggets are through, beaten the LA Clippers, and that is one of the most lopsided game sevens I have ever seen. Stayed up for that. I can't believe it. Nuggets were special. How many players? 6 players were in double figures. Jokic was in foul trouble in the third quarter, and still they were up by like 30 points. The biggest issue with the Nuggets is every time Jokic goes to the bench, hizo minutes nani ana come through. Jua kiaka DeAndre Jordan hapo. DeAndre just can't. He just can't be that guy. He just, at this age, what he is, even had 2 points and 4 rebounds. And I think he only played because Jokic was in foul trouble in the third. Honestly, Jokic would have played this entire game if the game was closer. But he could afford to get those fouls, knowing very well that they have the comfort of having a big lead. And then now, at some point, we've got around 30-point lead. At halftime, they're leading by around 15, which was almost similar to, or the same, to what happened last year when they were playing the Timberwolves. And obviously, they blew a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. So people were quite anxious. You know. I think they closed the game well. The Clippers got it to about 15 with like 3 minutes to go, or 17, but they maintained the gap and managed to win. I don't know what Ty Lue was trying, honestly, because I'm trying to figure it out. I kind of get it because he caused a lot of problems. His length caused a lot of problems. But if you're going to start with that game plan, stick with it. Because in the first quarter, the energy was great. Zubac on the offensive rebounds, Derrick Jones with the threes and putbacks at the 4. Harden started really, really strong. 13 assists in a game 7, but it's very hard to, knowing his record, how can he have shot 8 shots? Like, that's the thing. It's going to come. It's going to come in. I feel like he had a good game, to be honest. 13 assists in a closeout game is not bad. And actually, like 4 or 5 of those came in the first quarter, which means he came out with intent. But still, someone of his caliber, former MVP, I'm expecting you to be, you need to go out with like 15, 16, 17 shots. The fact that this has happened again, it's going to be hard to look past it. Powell was a no-show. Both teams, obviously, in this series have won on the other team's floor. So you were expecting a bit more of a fight from the Clippers. But from the second quarter moving on, they were just outdone. Like, they made Christian Brown look like a superstar. Aaron Gordon was literally doing reverse 360 layups, reverse 360 180 layup, and I'm just like, guys, what are we doing here? Actually, at halftime, Jokic and Murray after the first quarter, I think they had a combined 3 points and had a lead. Which again, guys, how does that happen? How does that happen? Westbrook coming off the bench, typical Westbrook line, 16-5-5-5. Westbrook was that dunk that he had, and then he even got the tech because you can't hang on to the rim for too long. But he got the tech. He's like, you guys do whatever you want to do. We're winning this game. Like, he had so much intensity, and he was really, really up for this game. So for me, I think the Clippers just lost this game. Energy in the second quarter just went down. Like, it was just so bad. And then they started conceding. Like, the turnover just started becoming an issue, right? Because Westbrook had 2 breakaways. They had 14 turnovers in this game. The Denver had 12, but the 14, I don't have the stats for the fast break points, but I would believe that they led to something significant, because that's how blowouts happen, right? You just turnovers, because they're not scoring all those points, or you're not going 30 points down off of consistent half-court offense, right? Because they're getting half-court, you're getting half-court. So you're going to score, we're going to score, you're going to get opportunity or go to the rim. So you don't pile up that gap without the turnovers, without causing turnovers, and without actually getting fast break points. And that, to me, was where the big issue was. I don't know why Derrick Jones was all of a sudden just taken to the bench and not playing. He decided to give... who did he give the minutes to? Batum has been one of your best defenders, actually, because he guards multiple positions. I think once he got onto the court, honestly, this one, they just outclassed him. And at a point, it was like, you're coming at a time when you're 15 points down. The crucial bit was the first few minutes of the third quarter. And the energy they came out with in the second half was just, oof. Kawhi came out, made that first 3, and then someone else made a basket. But then after that, it was just an avalanche. It was just insane. Jokic, 16, 10, and 8. Out of all the people who scored double figures, he scored... Actually, no, Michael Porter scored 15. Jokic finished with 16, 10, and 8. Gordon 22, 4 and 5. Brown 21, 5 and 4. Jamal Murray 16, 5 and 2. Westbrook 16, 5, 5. So, yeah, man. Like, I don't know. This was quite disappointing. Clippers, quite disappointing. I don't know what happens in the offseason. To be fair, Kawhi has been really, really, really good. The fact that he's played 7 playoff games of course, it's in one series and got to a game 7. The fact that he's played 7 series and he looks really good. But also, you have to remember, he missed almost 40-something games. So he's basically just played half the season. Can he do this through the course of a season? Because you have to. You can't just be coming and... They finished the 5th seed, which is not bad. But still, this team, I don't know what it needs, man. Bogdanovic was solid. He had moments. His fadeaway, there was a fadeaway jumper he hit on, I can't remember who it was, but he looked quite good. Yeah. Clippers going to Cancun, whereas Denver move on. They're going to meet OKC, and I honestly don't think early predictions, I feel like OKC are going to beat them simply because Denver doesn't have a bench. OKC can go 10 deep and the energy can be maintained and they just come back and keep coming. So it's going to be quite interesting. This game was quite disappointing. Can't believe I stayed up until 6:30 a.m. to watch this. But we move on. Game 7 is over. First round of the series. We have another game 7 today. We have which teams are playing in a game 7? We have another game 7 tonight. I'm forgetting which teams are playing. But yeah, I'm going to attempt to be... No, I'm not going to be live. That's a lie. But what we're going to do is we are going to keep... is that game 7? No, there's no other game 7. No, there's no other game 7. What am I tripping? Oh, yeah, there is a game 7. Warriors versus Rockets. How can I forget that? Yeah. So there's a game 7, Warriors versus Rockets. Early predictions, Warriors are getting knocked out. If they're going to play like that, Rockets come with too much energy. And then the 2-man big lineup of... obviously, they're doing the Hakakiwi with Aquaman. But he's imposing his will. And if he can shoot even 50% from the free throw line, then that thing doesn't work. And the other thing is, he shot, I think, about 50% in the last game, but his misses, the Rockets were getting the offensive rebound. So what's the point? That strategy, you're losing more points than you're actually gaining. I get the point, but you're losing more than you're gaining in the long run. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But I'm going with the Rockets win. I think Şengün is going to be special tonight. Emin Thompson, they're just way more athletic. They're just bigger. They're just, younger, hungrier. So I'll go with the Rockets win. And then the Pacers take on the Cavs. Quick prediction for that, game 1. Funny thing, Pacers actually beat the Cavs, I think 3-1 or 2-1 in the regular season. 3-1, I believe. But playoffs is a different beast. Cavs have been resting. They're chilling. They're good. They're looking so dope, especially after the Miami win. Like, how are you 50 points up at halftime? They are looking quite special. 1 a.m., I'm going game 1. I'm going with the Cavs win, even though I know Pacers will come out with a lot of energy. They always do. And I expect the most overrated player in the NBA, overrated, to come out strong and show guys that you guys are tripping for calling me overrated. The way he finished that back series, the way Tyrese Haliburton finished that back series, going to the basket over and over again, and the game winner was against Giannis, like that takes cojones. So he's a bad man. He's a bad man. But game 1, I'm going with Cavaliers against the Pacers.